One moment. Let me finish this thought. What's this word? Oh, I wish my dear Narcissus would return so I could ask. His handwriting. The nearby Drelloth tomb, of course. My employer, the famous adventurer Narcissus Dren, explores its depths, searching for hidden treasure even as we speak. I hope to get to investigate a tomb one day. I am the personal assistant to Narcissus Dren, and I know a great deal about a good many things. I found the old scroll that mentioned the treasure.
Продолжаем серию квестов Варденфелла, и на этот раз в наш взор падает родовая гробница. Начальный квест получается у Эльфбеты Застенчивой. Она нам расскажет о том, что работает на очень хорошего археолога. По заданию мы должны будем помочь ему и исследовать две родовые гробницы. Чем все это закончится, смотрим видео.
It is much more than mere admiration. Narcissus Dren fills my heart the way mead.
Not so loud. That creature in the next chamber is a tricky one. You must be my new apprentice. Well, let's start the lesson, shall we? Can you smell it? The dust of ancient elves permeates the very air. Assistant? Oh, you mean that young Nord woman who's been hanging about? Very kind of her. But Narcissus Dren, according to an old scroll I discovered, this tomb was built atop two older structures. Imagine secret chambers that haven't been opened. She did she? Probably told you she found it? Well, I had to translate it. And from the ancient Elven, no less. Difficult. I knew there was nothing to worry about. Now lead on, my stalwart companion. This tomb won't explore itself. This isn't what I expected. It's rather small. This isn't right. Where's the treasure vault? The hidden... Something more interesting than a boring burial chamber. This ancient scroll indicates that if you honor the ancestors... Are you questioning my expertise? Ancient Elven is like a second language to me, and scholars across Tamriel revere my ability to... Let me see. This squiggle means tomb. Oh, wait. That's V, not D. Veloth tomb. Ooh, what's this button do? Deal with that, will you? Then talk to Elfbet outside!
Narcissus shot out of that tomb so fast. Just like that time my sister laughed so hard and mead spurted out her nose. Narcissus was so excited he went to find a mage to open a portal. Told us to meet him there. He did. And he told me to tell you. But why he needs your help when he has me, well, that's just beyond my comprehension. Narcissus said that he found new... You better get moving if you're going to help my Narcissus. Veloth tomb is on the west coast, just south of Nisus.
Hello? Is someone out there? I seem to have locked myself in. Who's out there? Oh, no, never mind. I don't care. I recognize that voice. I knew you'd come and find me. As for my current predicament, how was I supposed to know it was a trap? The door slammed. There's probably a button or something nearby. In my experience, there's always something pushable. I remember seeing Dave. Now you're just trying to prolong my agony. Divisible by 3. Try pushing the 6th panel from the left, or the 3rd panel, or maybe the 8th panel. Another obstacle overcome by the great Narcissus Dren. I find that escaping from an ancient trap really gets the heart pumping, provided it doesn't take too long, of course. Indeed, Veloth Tomb. Now we need to locate the hidden passages mentioned in the scroll, and the relics of Saint Veloth will be mine. To write about in my next book, of course. I could tell you, but I work on an instinctual level. I know relics of historic value when I see them. Ah, yes, the old scroll. It did mention hidden passages. That's what attracted me in the first place. So I'll look for relics. Saint Veloth? Perhaps. It's more likely he's buried in his shrine in Deshan. This is the family tomb. Oh, did I tell you my mother traces her lineage to this? One of them. And it's one of the... Ooh, this might be Veloth's long sought-after right pauldron. Ooh, remarkable hanging. Early 2nd era, perhaps? Ah, the main chamber must be down these stairs. Now, this is a burial chamber. We just need to find the entrance to the hidden passages. According to the old scroll, there's a secret entrance that leads... I don't see any obvious lever or switch. That's too bad. Examine anything that looks unusual. I need to supervise. You are my apprentice, after all. Now get down there and find the hidden passage. Historical research isn't defilement. It's enriching the knowledge. I doubt there's anything related to Saint Veloth in this chamber. inscription on that pedestal might reveal something. Do give it a look, apprentice. Perhaps that dusty old tome will suggest suitable offerings. Dust makes me sneeze, so you should take a look. The brazier ignited. That's a good sign. You're a natural, although I suppose my mentoring has honed your talent. Puzzles not a strong suit? Happy to see the ancestors are materializing. Oh, well done. Perhaps I should charge for my tutelage. We did it! On to the Undertomb, apprentice! No dawdling, apprentice. There's treasure nearby. I can practically smell it. Isn't it exciting? We're the first living creatures to set foot down here in more than a... And that surprises you. Haven't you read my books? This is very similar to that time I unearthed the secret chambers of the Master Thief. We search. You lead the way, while I watch for the telltales. Oh, that's a skill I developed. Finally honed in the heat of... Going first? Something. Nothing important in there. An ornate coffer. I'll take a look while you deal with any other issues that may arise. Keep your eyes peeled for traps, apprentice. Pity that old scroll didn't include some sort of... You keep bringing up that strange Nord woman. I believe she said she found the scroll at a shop in Sadrith Mora. Once she noticed the... What? No, of course not. She'll get a thank you in the fine print. But I translated the scroll. I braved the dangers of the tomb. I'm sure you can handle this. Well, that's not something you see every day. Great opportunity for you to impress me, though. What a large vault! Imagine the expense that went into the ancestral tombs vary in size from single chambers to massive crypts. But I never heard of hidden passages until I translated that scroll. If the family still exists, they'll be thrilled to hear that the famed explorer Narsis Dren has deigned to bring attention. The Veloth family is welcome to any little trinkets we may find. All I care about are the big items. I believe I see the treasure vault on the other side of this chamber. Away, foul creatures! The bracelet of Indrel Veloth! I'm sure of it! Damn these trapped spaces and their tempting gaps. I hate to be so good of you to notice. I'm quite proud of my ability to turn any situation into a dramatic scene for my next book. That's a rather ungrateful attitude, after I graciously agreed to take you under my wing. If you don't let me out, however, we won't be able to use the key I found in here. Almost certainly. The scroll clearly described a final treasure vault, and we haven't come across anything like that yet. I found a jeweled glove and a sturdy key. Let's see if it opens the way into the next section of the tomb. Ah, sweet freedom! Onward! You deal with this. I wouldn't want to deny you a chance to demonstrate your impressive combat prowess. Hmm? So many spirits. Why they prefer tombs like this is beyond me. Tiles set in the floor. I've seen this before. Panels on the walls. Do you see any differences? I suppose the order is important, but a few of the panels have fallen into disrepair. Think of the stone tiles set into the floor as a giant locking mechanism. We just needed it. Of course! But no two puzzles are ever exactly the same. That's where the conundrum comes in. Check the panels on the wall and see if they provide any insight. Remember to examine. That's it. Just step in the proper order and the way will be opened. Did you see that flash of gold? A blessing from St. Veloth for sure. Come to Narsis, you beautiful golden head, you. And look, I'm just guessing, mind you, but I dare say that skull belonged to a son or grandson of St. Veloth. What a nonsense! Did you see it? Emeralds for eyes, covered in gold. It's better than anything in my collection. To the ancient crypt. My next book is going to be a trilogy for sure. Well, this isn't at all what I expected. Look at this. Preserve. This place is ancient. These must be Veloth's earliest. Aim for the vital parts! They have to have vital parts! I expected your technique to be a little more graceful than that. This part of the structure dates back to before the time of the Dunmer as we know them. Isn't it amazing? I can't wait to see what's waiting for us down here. Nothing specific, at least nothing I could translate. There was an indication of older structures that were hit. Must you poke holes in all of my theories? Well, there's only one way that I... This part of this, to the untrained eye. A good question. is disappointing. Where's all the treasure? Nothing but some broken crates and an old well. Narsis Dren never fails like this. I blame you, apprentice. My translation was nearly perfect, so how could this be? No, that's impossible. Ancient scrolls lead to discovery and treasure, not disappointment. I blame you, apprentice. Isn't that a noble sentiment? But noble sentiments don't pay the bills or sell my books. You wouldn't understand. You have no sense of what it takes to do what Narsis Dren does. You're nothing more than an apprentice. Of course! Narsis Dren and the Well of Gold! One of my earliest adventures. Why didn't I think of that? I take back everything I said. You are... I think you're right, apprentice. There's no water down there, and I definitely see a gleam. Hey! I assume that was a mistake on your part. I reiterate my earlier observation. You're a terrible apprentice. Hello? Is anyone there? A little help, please?
Now is not the time to take a break. Narsis will be out. It's good to see you again. Finished exploring the tomb. But where's Narsis? I do miss that dark elf terribly, you know. That sounds like my Narsis. Always wanting to explore just one more nook and cranny. I assume he'll be along shortly for one of my shoulder rubs. Along